Shalom, shalom, Yashar Allah. I want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakadash, which are the Pedal Hubitug. His correct names are the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostle, elders of Grave Millstone, and shalom to your sister, brothers, name is true, and shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. Here they go again, Yashar Allah. They're getting together and they councils of wickedness, and they're plotting on the people. Now, I did a lesson earlier showing you about how they're going to try to do medical lockdowns. These devils have a plan B. If they can't get it by medical lockdown, they will do it by climate lockdown. So we're going to watch a clip on they just met in Dubai to talk about how they're going to, attack the people of the world, basically. And then this one devil's going to say something. It's a Edomite. He going to say something that, I'm going to pause and see if y'all can catch it. He going to say something like, he going to give it up, really, is what he's going to do. And let you know what they're really trying to do. But they're trying to present it as something good. We're trying to save the world and all that type of nature. But no. This is about locking the people down. So, no further ado, let's watch the clip. And keep an eye on what the devil got to say on the type of stuff they're going to do. Check it out.
In other global news, the United States Environmental Protection Agency has announced that it would tighten curbs on methane emissions from its oil and gas industry. The statement made at the ongoing COP28 summit comes ahead of an expected methane summit. The upcoming talks will be led by the world's biggest greenhouse gas emitters, the United States of America and China, along with the host United Arab Emirates. Over 20 countries, led by the US, also called for tripling of nuclear energy capacity by 2050 at the summit. For the first time, public health is at focus at the UN Climate Summit. And this as warming global temperatures threaten to undo decades of progress in the health sphere. We now look at the big statements made at the summit till now. Take a listen.
President Biden and I have made the largest climate investment in the history of our country, and some have said the world. Roughly $1 trillion over the next 10 years. As a result, today, across the United States, we are building and expanding hundreds of solar panel, wind turbine, electric vehicle, and battery manufacturing plants.
Für uns ist wichtig, dass dieser neue Fonds den verwundbarsten Ländern zugutekommt und dass wir möglichst viele von uns diesen Fonds unterstützen. Denn Verantwortung tragen auch die Länder, deren Wohlstand in den letzten 3 Dekaden enorm gewachsen ist und die heute großen Anteil an den weltweiten Emissionen haben. Wir brauchen auch Ihre Unterstützung. Dann werden wir den Erwartungen und Herausforderungen gerecht, die die Welt an uns alle richtet. Schönen Dank.
Italy is doing its part in the decarbonization process, and it does it in a pragmatic way. That means with a technology-neutral approach, free from unnecessary radicalism.
We cannot afford to...
Oh, my Lord. Did you see Italy's president? That woman looked like she on drugs. She's stumbling. Hey, they said we ain't the only one got a bad president, Joe Biden. Did y'all see that, Yashra? Italy's president is horrible. They got a woman, and she looked like she was half dead. That was horrible, man. Let's keep watching.
Neglect the immense potential or ignore the pressing needs of a continent on the cusp of transformative growth. Turning Africa into a green powerhouse is not just essential for the continent. It is also vital for global industrialization, decarbonization.
As South Africa, we applaud the landmark decision of COP28 to operationalize the new fund on loss and damage, and we also welcome the pledges that have already been made. If this fund is to effectively support those countries most vulnerable and that are affected by climate change, we need to mobilize more funding in a much greater scale.
As we conclude the first global stocktake, we must be brutally honest. Although we've made great progress together, the world is just not moving fast enough.
Next to Syria, Russia, and Iran, so will fossil fuel executives like the Wall Street heavyweight BlackRock CEO Larry Fink.
BlackRock.
Frankly speaking, the list is as much about who's attending as it is about who's missing it. US President Joe Biden and China's President Xi Jinping both will not come to Dubai. These are leaders of the world's top polluting countries, and they won't be present at the biggest climate summit, and that's hardly the only point of controversy right now. The summit is hosted at a different location each year. This year, the UAE is the host country, the world's fifth largest oil producer. Critics call this a conflict of interest. The other side says it's better to co-opt oil producers than villainize them. After all, the whole world uses the oil they produce. Some oil producers have in fact shown some serious commitments to mitigating the risks of climate change. So we can only hope that contentions do not undermine these negotiations and countries start making good on their plans to curb global warming. With COP28 coming up, the stage is practically set.
Okay, this is not, I had another one, but that's the whole point. But I had one where
since then, member states can careening towards a climate.
How they're going to watch people to make sure they comply with this new plan is they're going to use satellites to keep watch over people. So basically, they're going to do a lockdown is what they're going to do, you know, whether it be medical or climate. And you see the U.S. has put $3 billion up. This country already broke, and they're just throwing money around like it's candy. You know, other countries get foreign aid. $3 billion to some as silly as, you know, what they talking about, the world's being destroyed. And the world's being destroyed because of what? The world is not guided by the lost commandments of Yahweh Shah. These devils eat up pork, crab, shrimp, lobster by the tons. Especially if you don't take care of the oceans, it's going to ruin the whole planet. You eating everybody that cleans it. The shrimp, the lobster, the crabs. So, of course, the planet is sick. They cut down trees in the rainforest. You need trees for oxygen. That's the lungs of the earth. The earth is sick. Why is the earth sick? Because Esau Edom, aka the white man, is in rulership. And he's a very unfit ruler. So at the point where Yahweh Shah is going to take this devil down, but this devil don't want to go down. So he's going to fight tooth and nail to make sure Yasharallah, us, the children of Israel, you know, never get that spot, which he can't stop it, but he's going to. And what he's going to do is he's going to genocide or attempt to genocide the children of Israel. And the devil, I just want to show you that they up here talking. They're putting money out. That money ain't to go to all the stuff they talking about. That money to go to get they AI, the robots, the satellites, everything in place. And they all talking to each other like, okay, I'm going to lock down my people in my country. You're going to lock down your people in your country? Well, this is a global thing. When you go to Revelation 13 and 16, it says he makes the whole world. And it also talks about the kings should get their power over to the beast. This is happening right here in your face. This is what's going on right now. So I wanted to get that clip, man. I guess I got the wrong one, but it's still talking about what I wanted to talk about. But there was a clip, you know. I might have it. Is it that one? That might be it, Yasharallah. I might have to find it.
Annual International Climate Summit convened by the United States. This is an annual international climate summit. We'll answer all your questions. What does COP28 stand for? Who is attending the conference? What's on the agenda? What are the agreement held their first conference? This was the Conference of Parties, or the first COP.
Devil, he was like,
since then, member states convene almost every year to talk about
with it.
The majority of climate change agreed to create a fund for the poor and vulnerable nations. Months were spent discussing how such a fund should work. A compromise blueprint was drawn up a few weeks ago, but one thing countries signed. In other global news, the United States Environmental Protection Agency has announced that it would tighten curbs on methane emissions from its oil and gas industry. The statement made at the ongoing COP28 summit comes ahead of an
Wasn't it? Africa into... It must have been a message. I had it. The devil talking about we're going to use satellites to make sure.
More than 150 countries signed a UN treaty. They decided to limit the alarming rise of pollution. In 1995, the parties to that agreement held their first conference. This was the Conference of Parties, or the first COP. Since then, member states convene almost every year to talk about coping with climate change. So far, one conference stands out. The COP21, it was held in 2015. More than 190 countries signed an agreement. We know it as the Paris Agreement. It was to limit global warming.
Okay, well, I just had to find it later. But let's get to the scriptures. Let's get to the scriptures on that, because this is a real thing, and people are not paying attention to that. They think it's all that's they just gonna get electric cars and coal. No, man, it's about what Klaus Schwab said in the World Economic Forum. He said you will own nothing and be happy. So they're looking to take away. They talking about banning gas stoves in California. They wanted to where there's no gas cars in 2035. This is to take things away from people, is what this devil's looking to do. So I'm gonna come out with Psalms 64:2, and it reads, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And that's a secret counsel right there. And they got to the point now, they just open it up and just tell everybody about it. They're like, what they gonna do about it? And they got the disguise like it's something good. You know, this is good for the environment. It's good for the earth. It's good for the people. But man, they working, hey, like the scripture said, hey, they work in iniquity. That money that's getting passed around is to put people in a, put them in a bind, pretty much. Enslave the people is what they looking to do. Take away rights, things they got. You see, they taking away all the agriculture and farming over here in Babylon the Great. They're doing the same thing overseas as well. They don't want it where you can't feed yourself. They want it to where you got to come to the system, the beast system, to get your water, your clean water, your food, and things of that nature. Your shelter, so they can retrofit you to micro CHIP, is what it's all about. And this devil has two plans. They're going medical right now. If that doesn't work, they'll go climate. They can control the weather. They have heart machines. They do what they call chemtrails or cloud seeding. But they control the weather, make it, oh shoot, it's bad. Hurry up, give our rights up. I don't need to use my gas stove, my lawnmower no more. It's making it flood. They can do things like that. And that's that wicked counsel right there. So I'm gonna read Psalms 64:5. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of land snares privily. They say, who shall see them? This ain't nothing but a big old snare. This whole climate hoax. It's a snare. It's a trap. And the people, if they ignorant, which the majority of them are, they're going to vote for it. And what they're going to find out is you're going to give up your rights when you vote for that. You're going to put the legislation in place for them to come and take things away from you. Like, oh, nah, you over there burning the gas stove? Blow, 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 come and haul your butt off to jail. There'll be no more gas-powered cars. Things of that. And then, like, they want you to get in an electric car, but yet the electrical grid that they got up can't even take all the electricity. So they want the grid to overload to cause blackouts. So people go to their facilities, their camps, to get what they need, man. This ain't nothing but a big old snare, which is a trap. It's a plot. It's a plan. And like the scripture say, they encourage themselves in the evil matter, man. All these world leaders are with it. Everybody you seeing on that little, what's that, COP28? They all with it, man. That's what they're talking about. Like, are you gonna enslave your people? How you gonna get your people? You gonna be able to get your people? They looking at America like, your people got a lot of guns. You gonna be able to, lock them down? How many troops you need? And they using that to fill up their UN troops. Cause they landed like, who gonna see it? Who gonna stop it? But the prophets, we see it. Yahweh Shah see it. You hopefully elect brothers and sisters, y'all see it. So, for instance, we're gonna do what we need to do, and we're gonna stay on our watch, and we're not gonna fall for the okie doke. We're not gonna be all when it come down, they initiate the lockdown, we're not gonna go crazy. Like the majority of the people in the world gonna go crazy. Cause I mean it's easy to see, man. It's easy to see. I'm hearing they building mega prisons that's gonna be ran by robots. What you think that's for? They know these people gonna resist. They know they're gonna resist. So they throwing their money around. They trying to get their plan together because they got to do this all at one time. Like, one country can't go for the super lockdown, and think it ain't gonna come out. We got the internet, phones connected up, so they all got to do it at the same time. And they know, like I know, the hardest one to lock down gonna be Babylon the Great America. That's gonna be the hardest one to lock down. So I just wanted to show you that these devils are meeting. They just had their COP28. So they got two plans right now. They have a medical lockdown on the books, and they have a climate lockdown on the books. So what does that mean? That mean they gonna lock this sucker down. It's coming. When we'll see, but we know it's coming soon. As they talking about, they got this plan together. They don't want it to fall through. They don't want it to be busted up. So they got their smartest, what they call them, think tanks. They got their smartest people, looking, figuring. Plus they work on the people right now, man. They steady taking away rights, making unrighteous decrees, declaring them, taking away their rights, and at the right time, they're going to jump on the people of the whole world. All the money's going to go digital. They're going to collapse the economy. The dollar going to collapse. People going to go crazy. They're going to create the chaos, which they already got a solution for it. And the solution is to put a micro CHIP in your body. That is the plan. And in fact, let's go get that. That's what they want to do. And this is a worldwide, we just watched the Worldwide Council because it's going to be a worldwide thing. The global reset, as they call it. So this is Revelation 13 and 15. He says that he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. How you give life unto the image of the beast? These wicked councils. You're going to get a power to AI. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you don't want to get with this new global reset, they're going to say, man, take him out back and just, lay him out. Because I can't have him being a leader and disrupting, what I got going. That's why that narrative is so important to these devils. They have to get the control of the narrative back. They losing it. So they're trying to get it back now. They clipping, the Akbayana had a couple lessons clipped, medical misinformation. What's that about? That's them trying, get the control of the narrative. They done lost it. They really lost it. So Esau trying to gain back what he lost. Because the truth is like eating this devil up like Pac-Man. So look at the verse 16. It says, and he calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell. That's how they going to get the people. Economics. Mess with people's money. People got to eat. That's how they going to get them, Yasharallah. Say that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. See, it said that mark in the right hand or foreheads. You got Elon Musk, the Neuralink, goes in your head. And then you got the NFC, micro CHIP, goes in your hand. They're already putting it in them in China. China already got their stuff up and running. China is the head of everybody. So now they're trying to make everybody else do it. China's like the poster child of the MOTB. They're the forerunners of it. And they're going to make everybody else get with it. They already done jumped on AP. They people are already in it. I want to see if Moab going to fight back, though. We'll see that, though. I want to see it because they was banging when their bank closed, boy. Moab didn't like that. So that's how they going to try to do it, man. Like I know, Yashua. When they collapse that dollar and Jake that's used to having money go to zero, hey, man, Esau could talk to him sweetly. Deal gonna look real sweet to him. And he gonna get it. And then you got other camps saying that the MOTB is not the micro CHIP. So what's they gonna do for their members? Make them go get it? They be like, the MOTB is sweet baby Jesus. They're gonna be sitting there with a device in their head, linked up to Esau's B system. Why? Because they listened to a false leader and he got them clipped up. You know, I've heard a lot of crazy stuff from that MOTB. And we're at the cups of that about to come out. It's hinging on that dollar collapse. Dollar collapse will initiate the CBDC, central bank digital currency, to go out. And they're going to be like, hey, you want to keep working this job? Like your work badge, you're going to turn into that micro CHIP, your medical records, your driver license. You're going to have a micro CHIP to do anything in Esau's system. And we're going to have to resist that. That's why we got to build our spirits up, you know, to get that devil the middle finger. Like, I ain't taking that, you know, because that's what he wants us to do. Because that's their way of offsetting the wedding. If they can get every Israelite to take their MOTB, then who is Yahushua going to gather up and save? You know? We see us hopefully legs, man. We see it. We talk about it. We're building our spirit up, building our faith up. We're going to resist, man. We're going to fight real hard. Real hard. I'm not about to take that thing, man. We know what that leads to. Which, matter of fact, let's get that before I end off. I didn't want this to be a long list. I just want to show that they plotting, Yasharala. Like, I believe that medical lockdown is not going to work. Because a lot of people, I'm already hearing the chatter at work, and I ain't putting no mask on. I ain't going for that, you know. A lot of people don't want to take no juice. So I don't believe the medical is going to work. And I think these devils know that. So they already got the climate lockdown, you know, patented. And a lot of stuff been happening in you know, as far as in the world, the ecosystem. So they can get that. You got an earthquake, tsunami, floods, you know, so they can just initiate that. People ain't, you know, how you going to buck up against that? So that's why I believe they doing that little climate summit, because they know that medical going to fail. So they just back it up. Climate lockdown. You losing too much electricity. You putting too much carbon emission. Like you got Gates of Hell said it's going to be called a carbon footprint. You making too much carbon. You're trying to get rid of the carbon. What's the carbon? You are the carbon. Y'all Charlotte. So he devil trying to get rid of that. And I'm going to go to, where's that penalty at? There it go. That Revelation 14:9. This is why you do not take the MOTB. And it's Revelation 14:9. It says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. This is America and Europe's plan, Esau's plan. And they making all them other countries see get up there, Italy, Kenya, South Africa, they all drinking that wine. Okay, I'm going to do it too. Okay, I'm going to make my people do it too. That's them drinking that wine. So, verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his head, verse 10, the same should drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he should be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So the chariots, Yahushua, gonna watch people just burn up, and that fire and brimstone will be caused by those intercontinental ballistic missiles, the nukes that's gonna go off. You're not gonna get picked up by a chariot if you got that device in your body. So it's best to resist that. Let Yahushua have a chance to show you a miracle. Give him a chance to flex his power. For that to happen, you got to resist first. You got to show that, hey, it's Team Yahushua over here, you know. And then they might try to hold you down. Oh, you gonna get this MOTB? And hey, the Lord, man, hey, put the spirit on you, man. And hey, man, it's gonna be the turnaround on them devils. Let's say the devil, he gonna get a lot of Yasharala. He gonna get 2/3. When he comes with the remnant, it's gonna be a whole different situation. Then that's when that standard gonna get lifted up. Isaiah 59:19. And hey, when the saints go marching in, we're gonna take the kingdom back. We're gonna take it back. Straight up. Take everything. Hey, show Esau what it do. Like the Lord is waiting to flex on Esau. You know, right now we building ourselves up through the spirit. And Lord willing, we're part of that hopeful elect. That when these devils make their move, their spirit is going to pour out. And it's going to show the names and the power of Yahushua. Because that name is going to be excelled, man. Devil going to hear that and get scared when you hear that name. based on what the men of the Lord are doing. You know? Matter of fact, and to back that up, when I say that, let's go get that. One of my favorites. Because I'm ready for hunting season, baby. I'm gonna end off with this right here. This is Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, said the Lord, and they shall fish them. That's what we do on the highway and hedges. We fishing for the hopeful elect. We fishing for the believers. And it says, and after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. I mean, we're gonna go in the bunkers and pull Esau out of there. And he going on that auction block. That's what's about to happen. We're gonna be hunting. Esau think he's safe in that underground bunker? No, you're not. You think you're safe in the mountains and them $1 billion bunkers? No, you're not. We're coming for you, and you're going on the auction block. You know? And that's the good news. That's the gospel, baby, right there. So, I'm looking at Esau to make you move, man. Make you move, because you about to put all this into play. We just waiting to be activated. You know, we waiting for hunting season. Because, woo, I'm ready for hunting season. I'm ready to hunt. Yahshua, let me tell you. Let me tell you. So, I just want to put it out there. These devils, they got they move set up. They're going to try to jump on the children of Israel. And I'm going to keep you posted. I'm going to stay on my watch. So with that, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yahshua Allah. Stay locked in because Yahweh Shai is quickly on the way. Quickly on the way.